I started becoming a bright citizen when I reached high school. That's when I started getting the most, like, I wouldn't say praise, but that's when I started getting the most compliments. Like, Miss Carly, oh my God, you changed. Oh my God, you so behaved. Like, the whole high school year, I've never been to the principal's office unless I'm visiting the principal, telling my principal, hi, how you doing, what's up, how's your son? You know, ever since the beginning, and like her telling me that I've changed so much is great, because I used to be in the principal's office all the time, and now I'm not. I'm like, it was a like, what do you call it? I don't remember how this, I don't know how to phrase it. It's something within myself. Like, I was just like, I have to change because this is gonna be for myself. And I don't want, like, I don't know, I just want my kids to be like, I want my kids to be like, yo, my dad is the best. Because, you know, at one point, you're looking like, you stop working for yourself. I work for, like, my future, because I want my future to be bright. I don't want to be like a hobo, or like, I don't want to be out of work, or like having my kids struggle. I don't want them to struggle. So if I don't want them to struggle, I got to work hard.
Through writing, I learned a lot about myself because it's a really good coping skill to let go of stress, and I really learned a lot about myself, like just like the move and just dealing with stress and just with my mom and my brother. And I just really opened up and think like, wow, like I was wrong on this aspect, and this is why my mother made this decision, or this is why my brother got in an argument with me. Like I just really opened up to think, I just opened up so much more, like, I don't know how to explain it, it's just crazy. To believe just how close-minded I was at a certain amount of time. And I just thought like, oh, I'm always gonna think this way, like this is just how it is, but it's not always that way, because there's so much more than just your perception of things.
Last year, I had a lot of challenges at coming, since I came not halfway through the first quarter. Yeah, halfway through the first quarter. I really didn't care well, it's not that I didn't care, it's just like, I just found it in myself that I already fell into the hole, my life hole, and I just couldn't really get out of it. And then towards like the end of the year where I was failing like all my classes, they had this program, I think it was called Club 10. It was like every day after school till like 5 o'clock, you have to stay after and work. And it was like this big challenge for me because it wasn't just one class, it was most of my classes. So having to do all the work every day and having to stay after with teachers and redo essays and try to get myself out of staying back and trying to get myself out of summer school even though I went, but it was just for one class. So I felt like after that year, knowing that I gave like the last quarter, I gave it my all, and passing most of my classes and just like flunking one was like the biggest challenge I overcame in life, actually. Just like knowing that I was gonna get kept back and like working myself up.
I started this class, 16. When I was in 16, you had to make a documentary about what it means to be 16. It was a module. It was a module class. You learned about, it was about anthropology. And when I started the documentary about what it meant to be 16, I had to view things from an anthropologist's view, which would be viewing things without bias, without whatever. And I had to go to people, ask them questions. You know, some 16-year-olds were different from others, but you know, I put that all together in one documentary. And then I noticed that I found a way that I can express myself through film. And that's when I was like, you know, that's something I want to do. And then I'm like, there's so much like there's so much you can do with this. So I was like, I'm gonna go all the way. And I remember I interviewed people from my school, other schools. I put it together and it came out decent, I would say. And I made it look, you know, like a documentary. It was like, I had documentary music and everything. It was unique. I would say that was, and then from there I just started liking film. I go to one of my teacher's class. It was like almost every day. I get a laptop and I edit film that I make, little film that I make, you know. You know, sometimes it probably annoys her, but you know, I keep coming back, you know, just to show the interest.
And also with this dance group, I had a show in April 30th of this year. It was really nerve-wracking because it was 1,000 people. And so, but I wasn't the only one. There was 20 people in my group, and I danced 9 out of 20 dances. Nerve, there was a lot of emotions, happiness, sadness, nerves. I was so scared because I had to wear some heel, and the floor was really slippery. So I was scared that if I'm I might slide and twist my ankle or something. But it was really good. And it was also the first dance, so I was oh my God, I hope nothing happens. So yeah, it was fun. I don't ever think that I would have ever done that in Colombia. Here, it's whoa, I can't believe I did that. 1,000 people. While I was on stage, I wasn't nervous. Off stage, before starting, I was so nervous. I was shaking. I was oh my God, I hope I do great. Smile the whole time. And I did. And it was just I was so happy. And I don't think I would have done that in Colombia. I was really proud of that.
When my teachers look at me, I think they see potential. They see an individual that's actually grasping a new identity. I'm still growing right now, so I feel like I'm being nurtured in high school. And then as I develop more and more, I'm grasping a new identity because I'm gonna be seen as a doctor or a lawyer or somebody. And that's gonna be my affiliation. So I feel like teachers see that in me. They see the potential that I'm gonna have later on and the potential that I have right now.
A couple of years ago, that was when I was 14, I'd say I'm a lot different from there. I learned a lot more stuff at school, but other than that, I'm different emotionally, I'm different physically, mentally. It's totally different from 14 to 18. Because when you're 14, you're kind of still almost a tween, but when you're 16, you're almost an adult.
I see a caring person that's willing to teach us, and they actually want us to learn, and they're willing to teach us no matter what. Even if you don't understand the concept, they'll still teach it to you in a way you understand, so they break it down. So that way you don't look at the teacher I don't know what you're talking about. It's I get it, thank you.